What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to talk about how you can use a urethane ball to really help your ball roll, really help your game physically. So guys, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you like the jersey I'm wearing in this video or in any of my videos, coolwick.com, promo code Napoles10, that'll get you 10% off your entire order. Down below in the description is your link where you can order this IQ78U or anything bowling related. It's a great way to help support the channel. And if you like the ball spinner that this ball is on, it's by a company called DH Labs. If you guys want to order one of these, they're $20 on their website, I want to say. And if you use the link in the description, it directly helps me and what I'm doing here on YouTube. And I would really, really appreciate it. They're a great way to, present your balls, clean your balls, surface your balls, store them at home, whatever the case may be. Really, really good way. And if you're wondering, the layout on this urethane ball is 30 by 3.5 by 30. So basically, what I'm challenging myself to do is this urethane ball is a little bit lane shined. It probably has like 10, 15 games on it since the last time I hit it with some surface. And for urethane, that's a very long time because with urethane, you want it to hook early. You want it to really go forward down lane. So doing this, my goal on the lanes here, we're gonna be on a fresh typical house shot, and we're gonna be on lane 27. All I'm really trying to do is not spin the ball, because if I spin the ball, this thing is never going to hook. So that is what I'm working on, is spinning the ball less. And if you're having some of the same issues that I'm having, I challenge you to do this. Grab a urethane, it doesn't have to be an IQ78. It could be literally any urethane ball. Let it lane shine for like 10 or 15 games, and then really just go practice. Really just go work on your game physically. And that's all I'm doing today. Obviously, I'm trying to throw strikes, because if I throw it well, it's going to strike. If I throw it really bad, because a lot of my misses are, I start chicken winging and I start spinning the ball. And if I do that with a lane shined urethane ball, it is not going to be pretty. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna warm up here a little bit, then we're gonna turn the camera on. And so my goals, what I'm in my head trying to accomplish in today's practice session, is keep my swing down, because it wants to get kind of high, and when I get it high is what causes that chicken wing. So swing low, eliminate that chicken wing, and try to be as forward as possible, meaning not spin the daylights out of that ball. Try to be as under it as possible instead of off to the side. That's my goal. That's going to be my big goal for 2024. Let me know down below in the comments, what are your big goals for 2024? All right, so this is going to be my first shot. I'm just going to start at like 20 with my feet. And again, I'm really just focusing on keeping that swing down, trying not to chicken wing it, trying not to spin it, be as nice and forward as possible. Like, that shot felt pretty good. I'll put a picture here of the track of what that looked like, but it felt like a really good shot. And honestly, if I can just repeat shots like that, then this video probably wouldn't even be happening. Yes, the goal is to be able to throw shots like that even when I'm nice and warm. Because what happens to me is that as the night progresses, as I get more and more warm, I end up getting faster and faster and faster. So figure out how to maintain the same speed. See that one? I spun, and I chicken winged, and I almost 8-10'd. I guarantee that if you go back and watch that shot, it's going to be completely different from that first one. In my swing, I kind of chicken winged a little bit, and I for sure came around it. And the result was a super flat 10 pin, which probably should have been an 8-10 as well. And honestly, guys, that's why I like throwing urethane so much in these kind of situations, because it's not going to lie to you. With reactive, you can throw a terrible shot, and it's going to strike. It's going to look good. Urethane don't lie. Terrible shot. Like just right off my hand, terrible. And that's okay. I came today with the intent to really work on some stuff, but off my hand, you just know that that was going to be a terrible shot. And had that been a reactive ball, like I brought my Sublime, which is the ball I used to warm up with, that might have struck from there, because it's reactive. It's going to hook no matter what. Urethane's not going to hook unless you throw a good shot, especially on house. All right, just really want to keep building off that first shot. The last two were pretty bad, but again, that's okay. That's why we're practicing today. instead of doing something else. See, that felt like a really good shot. And like you can just tell, like just right off my hand, you could just tell that that was a good shot. The ball motion was completely different than the last two because it was a well-executed shot. I've thrown 2 good shots that I felt confident in. They both went 10 back. The 2 shots that just right off your hand, you just knew that they were bad shots, were not even close. And that's why I like doing this. And I really think that this could be a very useful tool for you in your game if you're struggling with some of the same things that I am struggling with. All right, so the goal is more shots like that. We threw 1 really good one in a row. Now we're gonna try to parlay that into a second one, into a third one, into a fourth one. Yeah, it's a pretty good shot. Yeah, again, it didn't strike, but urethane on house doesn't look good anyway. It's more about physically. Physically, that looked and felt a lot better. Obviously, I'll go back and look after every shot just to make sure. But just my initial impression was that that was a really good shot. So that last shot did feel really, really good. The ball just went a little bit further down lane. Again, I am standing pretty far left for a lane shined urethane ball. So I'm gonna move 2 and 1 right, but nothing changes. No matter what part of the lane I'm playing, nothing changes with what I'm working on here. Yeah, oh, hit it. There we go. Yeah. So again, nothing changes whether I'm standing at 10 or whether I'm standing at 40. Whether I'm throwing urethane, plastic, reactive, bowling on house, bowling on sport. I want my physical game to remain the same no matter what. And that's all we're working on. And then honestly, if you want to make this that much more challenging, don't wipe the ball off every shot. I'm wiping it every shot because I want it to actually hook. But if you don't wipe it, it'll hook even less, make you be even more accurate. But that's not what we're doing here. I'm wiping it after every shot. So let's just make another high quality shot here. Pretty good shot. And then of course I flat 10. So I'm gonna move right off that again. Again, I'm not trying to throw strikes, but it looks ugly if I just flat 10 every shot. So I'm gonna move another little bit right, but nothing changes. I keep saying that over and over and over again. All right, so I'm moving right again to try to get the ball to pick up sooner, try to get it to go through the pins a little bit better. And honestly, this is the hardest part about my game, which is trying to throw the ball the same way when I get into a completely different zone, especially one like this where I'm uncomfortable with. But the goal is the same, lower backswing, no chicken wing, nice and forward. Like that feels pretty good. Okay, so that move that I made was a little bit too large. I'm gonna go back and double check, make sure that that was a good shot, but it felt at least okay. And if it was a good shot, then I'll move a little bit left off that. All right, so looking back at that last shot, it was not my best shot, maybe 7 out of 10. I feel like if I got to like 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, that it's gonna strike. So I'm gonna go right back to that same spot and try to repeat physically at a higher level here. Yeah, that's it. That's really good. Yeah, and the speed, it increased, but it didn't feel like it was a forced increase, just a result of a better executed shot. So let's just stay there for a little bit. All right, so now I feel pretty confident in my abilities to repeat. So I'll throw one more shot with urethane, hopefully strike, and then I'll move in with my reactive ball, which is the Sublime, and continue to work on everything that we have been working on. Yeah, that's probably the best shot I threw today. I'll go back and double check as I always do. But now we're gonna go to the Sublime, move left, and really focus on repeating everything that we've been working on. Because like I said, when you throw reactive on house shot, your margin for error is that much larger. So now that I know it's fresh in my brain that I have to be super accurate with that urethane ball, my margin for error in my pocket should be larger with the reactive ball. All right, so now I'm gonna, again, do the exact same thing, but now we're gonna be in reactive, which is the Sublime. This is literally the very next shot after throwing urethane. So I'm gonna take a complete guess. Just wanna execute physically at a high level here. Felt like a pretty good shot. felt pretty good. I might have spun that a little bit. It didn't feel quite as forward, but let's go back to it. Yeah, so that last shot looked like I spun it a little bit, but again, because I'm in reactive, it's gonna give me the illusion that it was a much better shot than what it actually was. So let's just execute at a higher level on this shot. Pretty good shot. Ooh, even with the carry down, that looked really good. I definitely missed right, but I definitely got a handful of it. Definitely threw a much better shot and went 10 back. All right, so now I know I got room in. I know I got room out. Let's hit our mark this time. Just continue to physically be okay. Yeah, so if we hit our mark, it also goes 10 back. So we got plenty of room. And I think that's why a lot of us throw reactive over urethane. It's because our margin for error is that much bigger. But I do, again, challenge you guys to throw urethane in practice, to develop good habits, that then when you get into your reactive ball in league and tournaments, whatever the case is, your margin for error is that much larger. And then when you go to throw urethane in tournaments, now you have that confidence in standing a little bit further right, staying a little bit more behind the ball, being more accurate. We'll see you on the next one.